Alright. Well, hopefully, Mr. Kotimine Kirei will tell us about our dad and what he did.
もう何かね。
聖杯がないのなら戦う理由がない。こんな馬鹿げた殺し合いは無意味だ。
戦う理由はないか。何を今さら。もとより君に理由などない。
As he says so, time freezes. The Wordo. No reason to fight. That's what this priest told me before. At that time, I just became a master and didn't have much of a reason to fight. That's why I ignored it. I thought it was just sarcasm. But what about now? I have a reason to fight. If there is a holy grail, I want to end this fight and give it to Saber. I have a reason to fight. I have a reason to fight. So, why do his words make my body shake so much that I want to vomit?
まあよかろう。今はエミやシローの傷を切開する時ではない。
I hear a voice I don't want to hear. But it makes my mysterious nausea stop.
聖杯はある。もとより聖杯は受け皿に過ぎぬからな。なくなれば、用意した者が新しい聖杯を用意する。
Oh, you can just make another one? Is it that easy?
用意した者が新しい聖杯を用意するって、聖杯ってそんな簡単に作れるものなのか。
器を作るだけならばな。
So the vessel is different from the, I guess, core of the Holy Grail itself?
無論、相応の技術が必要となってくるが、もとよりその技術なくして聖杯戦争は成り立たなかった。もともと、聖杯とは神の血を受け継いだ杯ではなく、古より伝わる魔法の鎌が原型なのだ。
So it's not a cup, it's a pot, apparently.
お前も魔術師の端くれならば知っていよう。ユートピア。ギリシャ語でたどり着けない場所という意味を持つそこには、願いを叶える万能の鎌があるとされた。このあらゆる神話の根底にある万能の鎌を再現しようとした魔術師たちがいた。それがアインツベルン、マキリ、トーサカの三家だ。
Oh, we know two of those families, Heinsburn and Tosaka. Don't know who a Makuri is.
連中は何代かにわたって万能の鎌を再現する儀式を模索し、200年前にそれを完成させた。それが一度目の聖杯戦争。人工物に過ぎない聖杯に万能の鎌を降霊させ、道を開こうとした儀式だった。
アインツベルン。それってイリアの家のことか。
そうだ。アインツベルンはラインの黄金とやらの伝承に長けていてな。こと、聖杯の模造品を作る技術は神業だった。だが、それだけでは聖杯を呼び出すことはできん。
Oh, I was thinking, yeah, you simply make an imitation and that summons the Holy Grail War, but it's not as simple.
ふさわしい土地と強力な呪縛が必要となる。それらを提供したのがトーサカとマキリだ。
Oh, the other families.
当時、教会と魔術協会は係争の真っ最中だったからな。儀式には教会の目が届かない極東の地が選ばれた。アインツベルンはそれを見越してトーサカを仲間に引き入れたのだろう。トーサカはここ一帯の霊地の持ち主であり、その死は降霊術の対価だった。アインツベルンとしては、トーサカなくして聖杯召喚は不可能だった。だが、二つの家だけでは 容易に裏切りが起きてしまう。ことは三すくみにすべきだと考えたのか。遠坂はマキリの家系にもこの話を持ち込んだ。マキリも長い年月を持つ名門でな。こと使い魔に関しては優れた技法を持っていた。サーバントを縛る霊樹を作り上げたのもマキリだ。
Oh, so they made the command spells. So I guess, I don't know, this is all kind of weird, but like, I guess there is a sort of structure to this, you know, servant system and the Holy Grail War. Someone made them, and well, we know, the three families.
そうして連中は聖杯召喚に一致団結したわけだが、いざ成功してみれば、残ったのは潰し合いだ。
I guess this is just like, this is lore of why the Holy Grail came into existence in the first place, and why there's a war associated with it.
一度目の聖杯の恒例は、連中が戦っている間に終わってしまったらしいな。そうして代を重ね、聖杯戦争というルールを作り、形だけは元の協力関係に戻った。
Yeah, I guess it was messy in the beginning, but they agreed to this sort of, I guess, battle royale. By the time...
遠坂はこの土地とサーバントを形作るシステムを提供し、マキリはサーバントを縛る霊樹を提供した。
By the time we got involved, there is like a system in place.
そしてアインツベルンは聖杯が宿る器を用意する。
And we only just asked about why Kiritsugu destroyed the Holy Grail and why like it still exists after being destroyed, but then I guess yeah, he's just explaining the entire system itself, why it's come to be. It's like, you know, it was all orchestrated by three families, the Magi, and I guess it also explains why Kiritsugu, even though he tried to destroy the Holy Grail, he only destroyed the vessel, not the Holy Grail itself, which I guess cannot be, you know, destroyed in normal ways.
それらが彼らの敷いた協力関係というわけだ。
The priest continues happily, as if something pleases him. But, I see. They say the Holy Grail War is a ritual, but Ilya's family was the original proposer.
聖杯を用意したのはアインツベルンだからな。前回キリツグに裏切られた彼らは最強の切り札を投入してきた。おそらくアインツベルンの娘が聖杯を持っているのだろう。
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Kiritsugu was, or rather, I can't remember now. Did they say that Kiritsugu was funded? Like, he was backed up by a Magus family, a great Magus family? I think Saber said that. But I don't think she said it was specifically Einsburn? But I guess that's what Kotomine is confirming. They were betrayed by Kiritsugu last time. And Ilya has the vessel anyway for the Holy Grail, I guess. Well, that's weird. I don't think she had anything with her. Well, I would not assume that she would just be carrying around like a Holy Grail with her the whole time.
さて、これで気は済んだか。お前が何を悩むのかは私には知り得ない。だが解決する手段は聖杯のみだ。それが分かったのなら早々に帰るがいい。
I still have some questions though, like why did my dad destroy the Holy Grail? Like, why did he do that? What happened? And why was there like a big fire 10 years ago? Why did that happen?
戦いはまだ終わっていない。セーバーもつけずに出歩くのは正気の沙汰ではないぞ。
Yeah, and also, yeah, Shiro. He just walked alone to the church. He might have been killed very easily.
余計なお世話だ。まだランサーのマスターが残っていることぐらい。
A Lancer and that Mr. Goldie. Hold on. There's one more thing I need to ask him.
琴峰、聖杯が消えればサーバントも消える。
Yeah, I was gonna ask about Mr. Goldie.
あんたはそう言ったな。
言ったが、何か問題でも。
終わりだ。何者かは知らないが、8人目のサーファントがいた。セイバーの話じゃ、あいつは前回からずっとこの場に残ってるって話だぞ。
Nani? It must have been a surprise. He has weird, freaky eyes again. Kotomine opens his eyes and mutters in disbelief.
どういうことだ、琴峰。あんたなら少しはわかると思ってきたんだぞ。
消えなかったサーバントがいるということだな。そう不思議ではあるまい。前回の戦いはセーバーが聖杯を破壊することで終わったのだ。つまりセーバーの他にもう一人サーバントは残っていた。セイバーは潔く消えたが、そのサーバントが限界することを望んだのなら話はたやすい。それは魂を喰らうことで魔力を補い、この10年間生き続けたのだろう。
Feeding on souls, eh? Mr. Goldie doesn't seem like a good guy then. Well, I was at the very least, I was thinking he was like at least neutral, but if he's been killing innocents, then, well, seems pretty evil to me.
そんなバカな。あいつの気配は異常だった。あんなのが10年間もいたら、親父だってあんただって気がつくはずだ。
わかっている。おそらくかくまっている者がいたのだろう。そのサーバントのマスターか、もしくはなんだよ。聖杯戦争を知りながらマスターの資格を持ち得なかった魔術師だ。そういった人物には一人心当たりがあるのだが、それもないな。マキリのご老体はとうに隠居している。
Yeah, the third family, Makiri. But I guess Makiri has retired and not Magus anymore? Or Magi, whatever? Or at least not participating in the Holy Grail War anyway. Kotomine must be satisfied as he gets up from the sofa.
話はここまでだ。今の話を聞いては監督役として放ってはおけん。そのサーバントに関しては私が調べよう。お前は残るランサーとの戦いに専念するがいい。
Kotomine walks to the exit as if there's nothing more to talk about. Well, there's certainly nothing more to be gained from being here. I leave the dark room and follow Kotomine, who leads me to the exit silently. I leave the church. Behind me,
聖杯を手に入れればセーバーは死ぬ。その意味が分かっているのだろうな、エミヤシロ。
the priest asks as if confirming it. The priest is looking down at me from the doorway. Saber will die if she obtains the Holy Grail. I already know that. Saber's goal is to obtain the Holy Grail, and she doesn't want the Holy Grail's power. Once she obtains the Holy Grail, nothing will bind her. She will be freed from her situation, frozen on the verge of death, and she will die an unrewarded death on that hill.
どういう風の吹き回しだ？あんたがそんな忠告をする玉か？
なに？お前がセーバーに肩入れしている様は喜ばしいのでな。私なりの行為として忠告しているのだよ。聖杯を手に入れてしまえばセーバーは消える。彼女と共にいたいのならば、聖杯は諦めるべきだろうとな。
Well, first you tell me to get the Holy Grail, then you tell me you should give up on the Holy Grail. Why are you giving such contradictory advice, Kotomine?
それこそ矛盾してる。聖杯がなかったらセイバーをとどめておけない。
聖杯に頼ることはあるまい。先ほどのサーバントの話もある。セーバーを存命させたいのなら、魂を与え続ければいいだけではないか。
ふざけるな。そんなことできるもんか。
I glare at the priest.
そうか。それは残念だ。
He must not even care about my glare, as the priest is laughing.
ならば、聖杯の中身に期待するしかないな。お前のサーバントが望まないにしても、霊樹を一つ残しておけばそれでいい。お前の望みはそれで叶う。
The priest is saying that it doesn't matter even if Saber doesn't want it. That if I'm a master, I can just force Saber to drink using the power of the command spell.
おや、失言だったか。そう睨むな。あくまで今のは忠告に過ぎん。ま、セイバーの意志を尊重するのもよかろう。彼女の人生だ。我々が口を出す権利はない。例のサーバントに関しては明日中に調べ上げよう。気が向いたのならもう一度訪れるがいい。
The door to the church closes. Looking up at the towering church, I leave this place. Well, what is him investigating the other servant? Is that gonna do anything? I don't know. He's just a priest, isn't he? Well, maybe he can dig up some information, maybe, I don't know. I crossed the moonlit bridge. This is the place where I walked with Saber. At that time, I was just looking at the scenery, not thinking about anything.
聖杯を手に入れればセーバーは死ぬ。その意味が分かっているのだろうな、エミヤシロ。
I know. I know without him telling me. But why is everything so complicated? Sabers must not obtain the Holy Grail, but it is the only thing that can save her.
彼女と共にいたいのならば聖杯は諦めるべきだろう。それでも存命させたいのなら、彼女に魂を与え続ければいい。
Can't do that either. Even if I accepted that, Saber wouldn't. She would rather disappear than do such things. She would disappear and repeat this kind of war.
ならば霊樹を一つ残しておけばそれでいい。お前の望みはそれで叶う。
この黙りやがれ。
You know, it's funny, I thought we went to the church to ask about what happened in a previous war, but we didn't get much information about that. We learned about why the Holy Grail War is a thing in the first place, sort of, like the structure around it. But mostly, it's just Emiya, Shiro, being obsessed with, like, Saber's existence. Whether or not he should keep her around, or, to respect her wishes, but at the same time, it's a very sad end if he lets her obtain the Grail, that sort of thing. I don't know. We just ended up talking about that with the priest. Well, I stop and punch at the rails as if shaking off the command spell. A hard steel sound echoes through the night. That's the only sound around here. There are no people, no cars around.
何をその気になってんだ。一体。
I lean on the rail and spit it out. I know I should just ignore Kotomine's opinion, but his words had a charm that make me unable to ignore them. What did I want to do? What was I trying to fight for? What am I fighting for? At first, it was to end the Holy Grail War. When did that purpose fade away and become secondary? Well, when Saber became your waifu. That's when it happened. Anyway, was it when I was obstinate about fighting by myself? Was it when I decided to cooperate with Saber after I painfully realized how powerless I was? Or is it from that time I made a sword for her after that night in the ruins? I'm just trying to deceive myself with all that. I don't even need to think about it. Back then, when I met her in the moonlight in that shed, my mind was already made up. I will get a figurine of her, and a body pillow, and anyway, but that would have been fine. If I hadn't found out because of the dreams, this probably would have ended before I knew it. But I found out. I couldn't leave her alone and decided I didn't want to lose her. I want to stay like this. I want to keep watching her smile. Protect that smile. The girl, watching the sunset alone on that hill of swords. My chest hurts thinking back to it. She never had time that was her own. I just don't like that. Kiritsugu said we shouldn't let girls cry. I think a smiling face is much better than a crying one. That's why I was irritated when Saber wasn't smiling. But when I told her to smile, she said that it was better if she saw me smiling. It's like seeing stars through a telescope they can never reach. I look up at the night sky. Looking up at the star I can never reach. Drip. And an unnoticed tear falls down my cheek. Amazing. As if we didn't know that already. I say so to no one. However dull I am, I have to admit it. There's nothing I can do about it. I like her so much that I can cry for no reason. In only 10 days. Again, like only in 10 days you just fall madly in love with her. That's how it works, right? Anyway. And then, Tosaka is standing in the doorway.
Tosaka, お前なんで?
玄関で立ち話もなんでしょ? 疲れてるみたいだし、こっち来なさいよ。
She takes my arm without asking me and starts to walk. And takes me to her room.
はい、お茶。外寒かったでしょ?
She says so rather bluntly, but she's thoughtful.
Thank you.
Honestly, I appreciate the hot tea. It's about an hour to the neighboring town. Since I walked slowly, my body's freezing cold.
で、綺麗のとこに行ってたの?
Detective Rin on the case. She asks me directly. I see. So Tosaka knew all along. But he didn't even stop me. Just waited for me to come home and prepared me some tea. I've made up my mind and I appreciate Tosaka's thoughtfulness. That must be why.
行ってきた。聞きたいことがあったから。
I reply honestly, not hiding anything.
そっか。じゃあ何をしてきたかは聞かない。シロもそれでいいでしょ?
そうだな。それにあんまり身のある話じゃなかった。ただ今の状況を確認しただけだったし。
そう。でも驚いたな。セイバーがまだサーバントになりきってないだなんて。最強のサーバントがその実一番半端なサーバントだったなんて悪い冗談じゃない。
そうだな。セイバーはサーバントになんてならなければよかったんだ。
I nod.
意外ね。シロとアッチャー、もしかしたら気があったのかもしれないな。あいつもね、シロと同じこと言ってたから。
アーチャーってあいつが？
そう、アーチャーも言ってたわ。自分は後悔してるからセイバーにはそうなってほしくないって。
なんであいつがセイバーの心配をするんだよ。あいつ、セイバーを嫌ってたじゃないか。
Did he? I wasn't under the impression that he did.
そうなんだけどね。やっぱりさ、あいつってセイバーにゆかりの騎士だったんじゃないかな。初めてセイバーと戦った時、あいつ明らかに手を抜いてたでしょ。あの時から怪しいと思ってたんだ。
そうなのか。けどセイバーはアーチャーに見覚えはないようだったぞ。
そうなの？けどセイバーは王様だったんでしょ。なら国民を全て把握していたわけでもないし、忘れてることだってあるんじゃない？
あのな、そういうこと言い出したらそれこそキリがない。顔を見て思い出せないようなやつならそれは知らないってことだと思うけど。
そうでもないわよ。伝説だとさ、アーサー王の進化には運が悪くてキャメロットを追われた騎士も多いでしょ。あいつその一人だったのかもしれないわ。
I guess we're speculating on who Archer's what Archer's identity was, or his true name. And I guess maybe he was one of the knights that betrayed King Arthur. And that's why there was some hesitation in that first battle.
あいつが正体を隠していたのは私にじゃなくてセイバーに対してだったって言うんなら割と納得がいくんだけど。
Tosaka is actively talking to me. Is she trying to care for me? I don't think it's having much effect, but she's a nice girl. She's usually merciless, but she tries to help people when they're weakened. And so, we drink tea together for a while. She must have run out of patience as she looks at me seriously.
で、あなたはどうしたいの？シロ。
とりあえず明日はデートする。
A date? I can't think of anything else, and I already decided so on my way home. And then, where did that solemn atmosphere go? After making a really rude face, Tosaka burst into laughter.
ちょっと待って。心の準備が。すごいってば。すっごいわがままぶりよ、シロ。
Damn, now that I think about it calmly, I should have known this was gonna happen. Such an idiot.
うるさい。わがままで悪いか。そんな場合じゃないって分かってるけど、絶対に邪魔はさせないからな。
違う。シロがおかしくて。
Tosaka hits my back, holding her stomach. Could this be the worst treatment I've taken so far?
心底笑ったわ。
そりゃよかったな。こっちは全然笑えなかったけど。
デート頑張んなさい。私あなたたちのこと好きよ。
Tosaka says so. Her attitude completely changed.
おう、頑張る。
We're just gonna do a date, I guess? Why? I guess why not? That was a real surprise attack. If she says that kind of thing with that kind of an expression, all I can do is nod. And I guess Tosaka Rin approves. Well, I return to my room. Saber is still asleep, and the mansion is quiet like nothing has happened. It was raining today, but what will the weather be like tomorrow? Looking up at the moving clouds, I step out of character and wish for it to be sunny tomorrow. February 14th. Time to date. Time for a date. Dato. Wait, what? We're in the shed? I thought we went to our room. I guess we're waking up in the shed. So, before I realize it, it's morning already.
情けない。結局一睡もできなかった。
Oh, I stopped the alarm clock with a sigh. It's simply insomnia. Today's my date with Saber, no matter what she says. Force date. Use command spell. You're going on a date with me. I'm going to take her to places she hasn't been and play around. And the most important thing is for her to enjoy herself. Or else. I was trying to use the knowledge that I don't have to come up with a plan for the day, but the alarm clock went off before I noticed the time. I set the alarm clock just in case. I couldn't come up with any good plans last night, so I borrowed it from Tosaka thinking I might take a long time to come up with a plan. It was useless in the end.
考えてみれば、俺デートなんてしたことなかったっけ?
I sigh again. Well, that's the problem. Even more shocking than the fact that I couldn't get any sleep is the fact that I couldn't come up with any plan that might make a girl happy, even though I thought about it all night.
こうなったら出たとこ勝負だ。手当たり次第連れ回して、あいつに楽しみってやつを思い知らせてやる。
Have fun or else. If we go to cute-looking stores, she's bound to have fun. Well, I think the plan has some weak points, but I've made up my mind, so that's what I'm going to do. Amazing. It's not like I have any other ideas, so I'm going to entertain her today until she gives up.
では、イリアスフィールはまだ目を覚ましていないのですか? ええ、まだ眠ったままよ。あの様子なら目を覚ますのにもうしばらくかかりそうだけど、今日はそれが幸いしたわね。イリア、起きてればシローの後について回って邪魔してただろうし。そうですね。今までのようにシローに同行されてはたまらない。昨夜はああなってしまいましたが、今日からは本気で残るマスターを探すのです。シローにはイリアスフィールに構っている余裕はありません。ああ、そっちの邪魔じゃないんだけど、まあいいか。私が言っても仕方ないし、これはシローとセイバーの問題だし。
Tosaka tries to hide her laughter.
は？私とシローの問題ですか?
We're done eating breakfast, so this is a good time. Saber is ready to go and search for masters, but I have willpower as well. I just need to come out with it like a man. Big, strong, masculine man.
そのことだけどな、セイバー。今日は隣町に出るから、支度があるなら今のうちに済ませておいてくれ。
マスター探しですか? それでしたら隣町ではなく、郊外の方が確実だと思いますが。
そんなんじゃない。二人で遊びに行くんだから、郊外になんて言っても仕方がないだろう。
You're being a little vague here. We're just gonna hang out? What does that even mean?
は?
Eh? Saber freezes. I'll really have to get back at the person behind her who's trying not to laugh.
シロー、それはどういう意味でしょうか? 遊びに行くとはシローとリンではなく、
俺が行くんだから、ついてくるのはセイバー以外いないだろう。トサカはうちでイリアの面倒を見てもらうから関係ない。
何をバカな。私とシローが隣町を探索したところで成果は薄い。そのようなことをしても意味がない。一体何をしようというのですか、あなたは。
Yeah, what are you doing, Shiro, you maniac? Why are you trying to date Saber during this, like, bloody war? We're trying to kill each other. Saber complains directly. This is what I expected, but the future looks troublesome, as she still thinks we're going to town to look for the master, even after I told her clearly.
参った。 ここまで言ってもわからないんだな、セイバーは。要するに、俺はデートしようって言ってるんだけど、どうかな。
I ask, ignoring Tosaka's smug stare. I don't know how much she understands.
そのような言い方ではわかりません。具体的な内容を提示してくれませんか、シロ。
She asks, even less happily. That flips a switch within me. Seems like caring for her has the opposite effect when it comes to things like this. It seems it would be to both our benefits to state it clearly.
シロ、街に出るというのなら従いますが、デートをしようとはどういうことなのか説明してください。
デートは何ですか？
いくらこの時代に慣れていると言っても、私にも知らない単語はあります。あまり専門的な略語は使わないでほしい。
別に専門的な単語じゃないぞ。知らないなら教えてやるけど、デートってのは女の子と遊びに行くって意味だ。
は？女の子とは私のことを言っているのでしょうか？
She murmurs, still astonished. I mean, I guess. Is it always? I mean, I was trying to think. I mean, obviously, this is not what Shiro means, but I interpret that as going on a date means going out to play with a girl. Like, it doesn't matter if you're the girl, you'll just go on a date with another girl. So it's like Yuri as well. Nah, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
言葉の意味はわかりましたが、意図が全くわかりません。そんなことをする理由は何ですか？
Her reaction is unexpected. The intention of a date is obvious, but I'm a bit hesitant to tell Saber straight on.
ああ、もうそんならしくない単語を使うから勘違いさせるのよ。デートなんて言わずに、もっとわかりやすい言葉で説明すればいいのに。いい？セイバー。デートってのはね、要するに合いびきのことなの。シロは遊びに行くって言うけど、つまるところ男の子が好きな女の子にアピールするチャンスってわけ。
Rin's the best wingman. I cough. Tosaka's right, but I think a date and a rendezvous are vastly different. But I shouldn't interrupt. It seems Saber finally understands what a date is.
そういうことだ、セイバー。今日一日は戦わないで街に行く。そもそも昼間は人目につくから戦えないだろう。ならどう過ごしてもいいはずだ。
それはそうですが、しかしあまりに意味がありません。そのようなことをしてもシロには何ら得るものがないのではありませんか。
Now there is a meaning to this. We gotta shoehorn the romance into this visual novel because that's what the audience expects, so...
そんなことはないけど、別にそうでも構わないぞ。
Gotta have our quota of cheesy romance scenes, so that's what we're gonna do, Saber.
今日はセイバーのために使うって決めたんだから、俺のことは気にするな。とにかく、今日は絶対に街に行く。こればっかりは何を言われても変えないからな。
Yeah, it's already been decided, Saber, by the writer. I stare straight on at Saber. After thinking with a serious face for a while...
では、私が反対した場合でも、シロは一人で街に出ると。
ああ、絶対に行く。そうでなきゃ、一晩考え抜いたのがバカみたいだ。
Okay, bye, Shiro. Have fun on a date with yourself.
それでは、私が付き添わないわけにはいきません。サーバントとして、マスターを一人にすることはできないのですから。
Well, yeah. With a deep sigh, Saber answers in her usual manner. Okay, there are a lot of problems with that, but I managed to succeed in getting Saber out. Now I'll just take Saber to places without thinking too much about it.
いってらっしゃい。お土産よろしくね。
I gesture to Tosaka to go to hell as she makes fun of me right to the end, and we go outside.
それで、
Date start.
具体的にはこれからどうするのですか、シロ。
Well, we're gonna go through some dialogue, and I pick the correct options, then your like love meter increases to max, and then I get your ending, right? That's how it works?
どうするって、とりあえず隣町に出る。交差点からバスが出てるから、それに乗っていこう。
The road is awfully quiet. It's past 9 on the weekday. The town is starting to come alive, but it must be a bit too early for people to start going anywhere. There's no one out on the road, and it's like we have the place to ourselves. Or maybe everyone else is dead, I don't know.
そういえば、学校休むのに抵抗がなくなってるな。ここのところずっと家にこもってたし。
当然でしょう。シロはマスターなのですから、おいそれと出歩く方がおかしいのです。
She replies sharply. She's walking behind me as usual, but it feels different today. To put it nicely, I feel a pressure from behind me. Anyways, Saber is going to be harder to handle today. We get on the bus. It would have been full of people an hour ago, but there aren't many people using it at this time. The only people on the bus are an old lady and a kid, so it's like we have this place to ourselves.
セイバー、一番後ろに座ろう。
Custom CG for the bus ride, amazing. I call out to Saber, about to sit right at the front, and sit at the back end of the bus. Saber watches the passing scenery silently. Looking at her, I realize how crazy I'm being right now. The bus to the neighboring town is ordinary for me, but in this ordinary thing, there is something extraordinary. Well, in short, to be honest, my mind starts to twist like a Rubik's Cube, realizing we're about to go on a date. Ow. Crap, I'm getting really nervous. I take a deep breath, trying not to let Saber notice. And I know I shouldn't, but I sneak one more glance at Saber. My heart jumps. The Saber sitting next to me is a Saber I don't know. Well, no, Saber herself is the same. All that's changed is the situation. Just that makes me realize she's different. Something I didn't notice back in my place. This ordinary scene seems like a different world just because it had Saber in it. Her hair is like a golden silk, and her green eyes are so beautiful that their mere presence is overwhelming. This really is like a cheesy romance visual novel right now. I mean, I guess, yeah, it's partially how it's advertised, right? As far as I know, Fate Stay Night. Like there's like a serious part to it where people die and stuff, but then like action and stuff, but then waifus as well. Just it's just part of it. It's part of the experience. It really is. There wasn't much to compare her against up to now, so I forgot about it. I remember the time I first met Saber. I was probably avoiding her because I was embarrassed about being fascinated by her. No matter what Saber says, she's a girl before she is a swordsman for me. Well, I don't know. I feel like... I don't know. A girl before she's a swordsman. I feel that's rude though. It's like impolite to say that. You know? To me personally, she's both. Yeah, well, I didn't know how to approach her and didn't realize my feelings for her. point stupid even for me. I was finally able to believe in Saber with everything I have, and then I decided to go on a date with her. Just those two are in the wrong order, and I finally realized when our day is about to begin just how big a deal it is to go on a date with a girl you like. But that's fine. I can only do my best, so I can't back out now. I calm myself and shake off my weak spirits. The bus has crossed the bridge and is going to the developing area where the buildings are. I breathe out and prepare myself. The announcer I'm so used to hearing announces the next stop, Shinto Station. It's still 9 in the morning, but the area in front of the station is crowded. Most shops open at 10, but cafes and bookstores are already open. There are already many more people than there were at Miyama City, and this place is as crowded as it is on weekends. Getting off the bus, Saber looks around unhappily. It's only natural. Saber was against this date, and people passing by are looking at her curiously. You must not feel too good about that.
焦ったな。考えてみれば、朝からセイバーを連れてくれば当然こうなる。
But that's going to follow us around for the whole day. If there's a way to calm it down, it's to make Saber have so much fun that she forgets about the people staring at her. First, we go to the anime convention. No. I pound my fist and turn to Saber.
セイバー、初めに聞いておくけど、どこか行ってみたいところはあるか？せっかく来たんだから、今日ぐらいは好きなことをしてもいいだろう。
さあ、別にこれといって興味のある場所はありませんから。そもそも私にそのような選択をする知識はありません。
本当か？そりゃ参ったな。じゃあ本当にここからは出たとこ勝負なわけか。セイバーに行きたいところがなくて、こっちもどこに行っていいかわからないんじゃん。前途多難だ。
まさかとは思うのですが、何の計画も立てていないのですか、シロ？
いや、少しはあるけど、中身はガラガラ。とりあえず、手当たり次第に店をはしごしよ
う。Well, that's still difficult. I know places where I won't get bored, but I can't even imagine where a girl would be happy to go to. If it's gonna end up like this, I wish I had gone out with a girl just once.
まったく、反論するわけではありませんが、シロはどうかしています。休憩を取ろうという考えはまだいい。ですが、その休憩すら明確な予定を立てていないとは何事ですか？
Now, Saber enters her scolding mode. This is the first time she's started to complain about something outside of the dojo. I knew she was irritated not being up for this and being looked at by curious eyes, but I didn't think she was this irritated.
かねてからあなたの見積もりの甘さには一言したかったのです。あなたは周りのことは目に入ってるくせに、どうも自身に対する扱いが存在です。結果、齟齬を埋めるためにあなた自身が対価を払わなくてはならなくなる。と、聞いているのですか、シロ？
聞いてるよ。要するに、今こうしているのが納得いかないんだろ、セイバー。
No, that's not what she was trying to say, but...
まあ、俺に連れ回されてもつまらないのは目に見えてるし、嫌がるのは当然だろうけど。
いえ、そういうことではなく、私は今はこのようなことをしている場合ではないと。
それも分かってる。けど聞かない。俺は今日一日セイバーに付き合ってもらうって決めたんだ。こればっかりはなんて言われようと曲げない。絶対だ。
I look at Saber. Saber just looks back at me in shock.
ただ、言いたいことがあるなら聞く。文句もあるだろうし、そういうのは今のうちに言っておいてくれ。その方がお互い気兼ねしなくて済む。 セイバーが俺とデートするのが嫌だって言うんなら、別の方法だって考える。
いえ、何もそこまでする必要はないと言いますか。私は、
Saber averts her gaze and runs out of words.
なら、文句はないんだな。じゃ、行くぞ。セイバーにリクエストがないんだから、どこ行ったって怒るなよ。
I'm considering an ordinary place like an aquarium. I decide and grab Saber's hand. You know, the best place to take Saber somewhere is probably a buffet. Though it's not lunchtime yet, so.
シロ、文句ありませんが、何も手をつかむ必要はないのではありませんか。
Hand-holding? Degenerates.
いや、時間ももったいないし、少し走るからな。案内するから、はぐれないようについてこい。
いえ、こんな状態では、
Public even. I start to run without waiting for Saber's reply. Since I've talked big to Saber, I can't act miserable now. I just have to take her to every possible place I can think of. I run, holding Saber's hand. He must have accepted it as Saber finally stops complaining and follows me quietly. Well, it's before 10 o'clock. I'll make the 2 hours before lunchtime worthwhile and surprise her. To summarize, the 2 hours went by like a storm. We went to a boutique I usually don't go to, and we played bowling while I taught her the rules. I couldn't find an aquarium, but we fed some birds in the park. We also went to an antique store, and I still think it was best not to go to the movie theater. Anyways, I kept taking her to places a girl might like for the past 2 hours, and there were many results. Honorable defeats and total defeats. Well, that's the problem, right? You're trying to take her to places a girl would like. Why don't you take her to places Saber would like? You know, Shiro? That would be something you could do. But then again, you know, it's hard to think, like, what would Saber like? She would like, I don't know. Battles on the battlefield, commanding armies, and defeating the invading forces of our country. I don't think you can do that in a normal date. Though again, you know, maybe in a video game, maybe. Would she like an RTS? Would Saber like to play RTS video games? It would be like controlling an army, right? So, I don't know. Anyway, I don't think this is what people call a date. This is more like a contest. A fight to the death where the first one to give up loses. Saber is the same as usual no matter where I take her, and she sometimes goes so quiet that I seriously start wondering if she's really mad. She gives no reaction, so I became desperate to make her happy at the next place I take her to. As a result, I became obstinate about making Saber smile and ran around different places all morning, but it's already noon without much success. So, as Saber reminded me it's time for lunch, I decided to take a short break, but... Of course, a nice restaurant. It's time to dine with Saber.